Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to Taupo and the beautiful backdrop again for motor racing here in New Zealand. Wherever you're tuning in around the world, we welcome you to the fourth round of the series, and we get underway in qualifying mode in a moment. The cars are ready. They've been on the track for the last few days, getting some good practice times in. No major incidents, I may add. Although there's a few weary soldiers out there. Brendan Leach has had a bit of a neck spasm. He's trying to get some massage and making sure that he can keep his neck muscles loose, because it's very physical out there at Taupo, especially through the sweeper at turn 9. Very quick indeed, and this, of course, a very fast track and a challenging track. Like all New Zealand tracks, if you've been watching the series, quite a narrow circuit, not a lot of room for overtaking, but some major braking places where you can make the move on another competitor. You join us entering the fourth round, and as we stand here, there's going to be 4 races this weekend. Of course, we're making up for one lost at Taronga, so we will have the third race of the Taronga series here this weekend. But that makes it also a big challenge. 4 races, you can't make mistakes if that's the case. You haven't got time to start repairing cars overnight and getting back to full fitness, as it were, in terms of mechanically fixing the car. So everybody's got to be careful in these qualifying sessions, and with 4 races ahead, it's going to be a tough weekend physically and mentally for these youngsters. They've already been racing 3 weeks in a row. They do over 3,000 kilometers in the entirety of the 5 weeks of the championship. So it's a tough week here at Taupo with 4 races. Murray Taylor is down in the pits. Murray, what have you got? Nothing for now. Fair enough. Let me give you the championship. Marcus Armstrong, 2:03. He is 34 points ahead of Liam Lawson, who starts from pole for the first race of the weekend. Qualifying, though, coming up for the second race, and he'll be hoping to match that qualifying time. 34 points sounds a lot, but there's a 35 points for a win here in this series. So there's a lot of points still up for grabs in this series. Marcus Armstrong was brilliant, frankly, at Hampton Downs. Missed the consistency, and M2 totally dominated the weekend. Marcus's 3rd win of the season, now equal with Lawson on 3 wins. There are plenty of others, though, that will play a part. Raoul Hyman had been struggling with balance all weekend here at Taupo, but Raoul Hyman, now 3rd in the championship, came good in the qualifying session yesterday, and hopes going into qualifying this morning all of the problems he's got with his Giles Motorsport number 7 will have been sorted. So watch out for Raoul Hyman. He is due a win for sure. Brendan Leach is 4th in the championship for Victory Motor Racing. He came here last year and started his campaign to challenge the rest of the field. Can he do it again this weekend? Cameron Dass has definitely been the one to watch, going from 8th to 5th.
Check 1, 2.
Got you there. Yeah, we can hear you. And
I've got your Armour 4 piece if you want to introduce that.
So, like I said, Cameron Dass, 5th now from 8th. Artem Petrov, still 6th and a winner last time at Hampton Downs. And Lucas Auer, don't count out Lucas Auer just because they're 7th in the championship. He is due a win, as is Esteban Muth. But really, this season has been so far about 2 men. They're both from New Zealand, and it seems ironic that we're here in New Zealand with a world-class field. We're used to the world competitors coming here and showing their stuff. But this year, it's been about 2 young Kiwis. One already an established one at 18 years of age. The other just making his way in his debut season here in the TRS series. Liam Lawson and Marcus Armstrong. It's a bitter rivalry, and it's one that's going to go right to the very end.
This year's Castrol Toyota Racing Series has been about 2 drivers searching for glory against the rest of the world at home here in New Zealand. 16-year-old Liam Lawson against 18-year-old Marcus Armstrong. Both race for M2 competition, but their rivalry has captivated fans throughout the series. Marcus Armstrong of Christchurch is already an international star in Europe and a member of the elite Ferrari Academy. 16-year-old Hastings-born Liam Lawson is making his debut in the series. Both have 3 wins apiece. As they approach the penultimate round, it's a case of who blinks first. With 7 races to go and the finale of the famous New Zealand Grand Prix ahead, each qualifying session split between hundredths of a second, the stage is set for a classic Kiwi confrontation where winner takes all.
It's set pretty fair between these two, but there are other players on this stage, and exit stage left, I'm sure. One of them, Brendan Leach. And Jackson Walls could be a surprise this weekend, who knows? He certainly had a great outing at Hampton Downs, was somewhat miffed, if you will, taken out by Liam Lawson, but it was a racing incident for sure, so just unlucky, really. So we start qualifying. An important session this, doesn't have a lot of time to it, at just 10 minutes. And this is an important one for Marcus Armstrong. He looked very distraught yesterday, and the times were ridiculously close. Just 0.1 of a second between Liam Lawson and Marcus Armstrong, but that pole position could make just all the difference to the race finish here. It's a long way down to the first corner here. There is a chance of an overtake here from the start. So maybe the pole here not as important as some of the other racetracks, but it's still a very tight first corner. And if you can get through that first corner in the lead, big difference. Everybody warming up the tyres. The Michelin boys have been sending it all weekend long, quite literally, because they've had to change tyres numerous times to effectively keep up with the change of tyres from Tauratonga qualifying to here at Taupo. And so it's been a busy weekend for them. And really, we was talking about the optimum of the tyres. Sure, brand new tyres will go a little bit quicker, but they last so well, these Michelins, that really you can still, after a full qualifying session, set your fastest lap time at the end of a session. We saw that with Raoul Hyman yesterday. He went from 8th to 4th in a matter of 1 lap, his last lap, moving him right up the board for a good qualifying position. And Jackson Walls puts down the first marker for Australia, a 126.613. Lawson puts his first lap in and he goes to second on the board. And Kotaka also starts well. Talking to Kotaka yesterday, the first Japanese driver we've had to the Toyota Racing Series, and of course a Toyota Junior. Kotaka telling me that Lewis Hamilton was his favourite driver, and he still has aspirations of Formula One. But why not at 19? Got a long way to go. He's doing Japanese Formula 3 this season for Toms, and the likelihood is if he finishes in the top 3, top 4, we may well see him at the Macau Grand Prix, which has been a great and happy hunting ground for Toms Toyota in the past. And it's often where Japanese stars are made at Macau, because we don't often hear too much about the Japanese F3 series, but they've got some very, very handy pedalers. And he was saying that Kobayashi is another one of his favourite drivers. Of course, Kobayashi, winner at Daytona. And Liam Lawson goes quickest, a 1:23.718. That's the benchmark so far. Petrov is second, Kotaka third. Callum Williams up in fourth place. He's really improved. Brendan Leach hits the board with fourth place. Esteban Muth in the top six. Real improvement by Parker Locke too. Let's see if he can stay in the top 10. His whole family, dad's arrived, and sister and mum, they're all here to watch Parker do the business. The man from San Antonio, Texas, who fell in love with the sport by going to a Formula One race in Austin back in 2013. Armstrong now goes second quickest, so once again, it's Lawson versus Armstrong at the top of the field. The two Kiwis going head-to-head. Oh, and a moment there for Armstrong. Got a little bit too much grass with him there, and he threw up some dirt and dust on his way, but he's okay. But you can see they are pushing on. Lucas Auer. So the M2 competition men are 1, 2, 3 at the moment, as Peter Pedacek of the Czech Republic, the 16-year-old, goes up to fourth place. Petrov goes second. Petrov could be the dark horse. That's exactly what Robert Schwartzman did, who's also from St. Petersburg, our current champion last year. The 19-year-old is vastly experienced, actually. I think underrated in many ways. He's quietly gone about his business, had a bit of bad luck. That luck turned to good luck at Hampton Downs, where Petrov got a win when Das crashed out Lawson and brought the red flag out, and Petrov was just in the right place at the right time and took victory. Raoul Hyman struggling at the moment. He's all the way down in 16th position. So we wait to see what the Brit can do. But everyone chasing Liam Lawson. Just 4 minutes to go. So now the times should tumble. Auer goes quickest at 23.4. He just crosses the line. Nothing in it at the moment. Almost identical time. 0.014. That's a ridiculous. That's a blink of an eye between Auer and Lawson. But Auer would love to take pole position. That would be a big, big fill up for his confidence. Here he is in the number 22, Rimac sponsored car, going to Japan this year, racing in Super Formula. And very much knowing, with Super license points up for grabs, he's still in Red Bull's thoughts as a Red Bull junior for potentially Formula One. He's 24 years of age, but as we discovered with Brendan Hartley, a bit of experience leading up to maybe 27. You've still got a pop at Formula One, and in the form of Daniel Kvyat, one of our former stars of TRS. You never know. They may come calling when they need you. And that's certainly what Lucas is looking for. He's had a sterling career so far. He's been working with DTM and Mercedes as a factory driver, but now he's taking back the route to single-seaters, and that's why he's come here. Wants to hone his skills back in single-seaters to get himself ready for the Japanese season. And he crosses the line again, but does not improve. His 23.4, that's 1:23.4. I was looking at the lap records the other day. Jordan King, and almost going off there, Liam Lawson, but he's okay. So we've had both Armstrong and Lawson with moments there. But I was looking at the record books, and both Jordan King, now an IndyCar driver, and Jahan Daruvala, FIA Formula 3, the quickest men in the past here. And the times look as though they'll dip under the lap record in racing this afternoon. Lawson crosses the line, does not improve after that slight off. And time running out, just 2 minutes to go. Callum Williams still in the top 10. Raoul Hyman has reacted well. He's in 5th position now. Marcus Armstrong with work to do. He's down in 4th. This is not good news for Marcus. He needs another lap here. His best time, a 1:23.8. And that's 4/10 off Auer's quickest time so far. And they've got Petrov and Lawson between them. So Marcus needs a hurry up. Dev Gore crosses the line in 13th place. Brendan Leach down in 11th. He'll be disappointed with that, the victory man. Here comes Marcus. Does he improve? No, stays 4th. Again, Marcus needs this lap now. We'll keep a watchful eye on the number 8, Ferrari-coloured Marcus Armstrong of Christchurch. Raoul Hyman, can he improve? He's just a smidgen away from Armstrong's time in 5th place. Cameron Dass has now popped into the top 6. Good qualifying session this, and Lucas Auer at the moment leads it. Raoul Hyman does not improve, he just crossed the line, still 5th. Time running out though, less than a minute to go here in qualifying for round 4 Taupo. Lawson crosses the line, he stays 2nd. Lawson goes to the top with a 23.4 with that lap. So great lap from Liam Lawson, and this is the story that the 16-year-old wanted. He's got some air now between himself and Armstrong. Let's see if he improves. No improvement for Leach. Esteban Muth, does he improve? No, stays 7th. Watching out for Armstrong. Here he comes. Marcus Armstrong has got to put a better time in. He's 4th at the moment. His rival is Pole. He does not improve, and that's good news for Liam Lawson fans. And that could shake things up here going into Taupo. Remember, Liam Lawson 34 points down after Hampton Downs. So a very, very important qualifying session for Liam Lawson. Auer still 2nd, 123.475. Artem Petrov still 3rd. The checkered flag waves. And that's been a really good session for the number 10. 16-year-old Liam Lawson is going to hold on to pole position by the looks of things. Auer will be on the front row, and Raoul Hyman is the man that's improved dramatically. Raoul Hyman, amazing qualifying. How close is it? 0.003. That's just, I don't know even how you can calculate that. 0.003 of a second behind Liam Lawson. It's almost identical. And Lawson and Auer, the two M2 competition men, will be on the front row. And what a battle royal that should be. Armstrong does not improve. Oh, he does. He improves to 3rd position, just pipping out Raoul Hyman, but will start on the 2nd row. And that really does set it nicely for the weekend ahead. So as the dust settles here at Taupo, sun, I think, trying to burst out as the day goes on. Perfect conditions for qualifying, and absolutely nothing between his 2nd pole of the weekend, Liam Lawson, a 123.472. But how close was it? Lucas Auer, 0.003 of a second behind Marcus Armstrong in 3rd with a 123.655, and he's 0.183, nothing again. Raoul Hyman's up there for Great Britain, and Giles Motorsport, he's in 4th position. Artem Petrov is 5th. Cameron Dass of the USA is 6th. Esteban Muth of Belgium, 7th. Kazuto Kataka of Japan is in 8th position. Callum Williams of Australia in 9th. Peter Petacek of the Czech Republic is 10th. Then Brendan Leach of New Zealand. Jackson Walls of Australia. Petru Florescu of Romania. Thomas Smith of Australia. Dev Gore of the USA. And Parker Locke of San Antonio, USA, with a 124.743. Great times throughout, and really nothing in it when you consider that the pole man is 23.4 and the man at the back is 24.7. It really is that close, folks. Way closer than any Formula One I've ever seen. So these guys are on it and honed now as we head towards the 4th round. A great qualifying session then, but Liam Lawson once again in pole position.